Hey guys, Zach here from dreamofelenglish.com. I hope you're all doing very well today. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be absolutely fantastic if you could just push that subscribe button below, and you'll be the first to receive my newest and best videos on all things English. What are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to look at linking words, also known as connectors. What is a linking word? Simply put, a linking word joins or connects two clauses together, two sentences. Just think of and is an obvious linking word. We are going to look at 8 different sets of linking words, so make sure you stay until the end of the video and gain new great vocabulary to add to your English, and you don't just keep using the obvious standard link words like and. So the 8 different sets of linking words that we're going to look at are addition, contrast, giving examples, consequence, reason, condition, sequence, and summary. Okay, so I will leave them here for you just so you have reference to them, and let's begin. So for addition, apart from the obvious and, which I have mentioned, we could also use also and to. In addition, additionally, furthermore and moreover, which are slightly more formal. And we could also use not only, but also. Okay, so let me give you an example. I need 2 clauses. So I could say, cycling is better for the environment than using cars. Furthermore, it is a great form of exercise. I could also say, and now you need to look at the structure of this sentence, not only is walking better for the environment than using cars, but also a great form of exercise. Okay, so sometimes the structure changes, but we could substitute some of those linking words for moreover, and would be the easy one, in addition or additionally. Okay, and let's move on to contrast. To show contrast, the obvious one here is in contrast or in contrast to. We also have but, which again is the standard linking word here to show contrast. On the other hand, however, unlike, alternatively, and despite or in spite of. Okay. Oh, and we have nevertheless. I like that one and I almost forgot it. Nevertheless. I'll use that for my example. So I don't have much time at the moment. Nevertheless, I will continue posting lessons to YouTube. Okay, so these are contrasting statements. Or I could also say, we can't go out much at the moment. On the other hand, it gives me more time to upload videos to YouTube. Okay, so here shows contrast. What about to give examples? This one is the important one because I am just so bored of hearing my students say, for example. For example this, for example that. So let me give you some alternatives to for example. Okay, so the easy one is for instance, because that literally is the same as for example. Such as, like, or as well slightly more formal, namely. Okay? So I could say I love many different things about YouTube. For instance, the variety of great content by English teachers. Or I could also say I have many more ideas for YouTube, such as uploading conversational videos with a good friend of mine. Okay, so those are some linking words to give examples. What about to show consequence? Okay, first of all, we could say as a consequence or consequently, as a result, for this reason, therefore, so, thus, and hence, which is a nice one, hence. Let me use hence then in my example. I give online classes, okay? And I think that Zoom is a great platform. Hence, I chose it as my primary platform to give my online classes. Okay? Or I could say, giving presential classes became much more complicated. Therefore, I decided to give online classes. Okay, so here we are looking at the consequence of our actions. Okay, let's move on to giving reason. So the obvious one here is because, but I could also say since, due to, owing to, in order to, leads to, as well as another one. Okay, so again, because it's a standard one, let's mix it up a little bit. So I spend about an hour each morning creating content for YouTube and my Instagram account. Check it out, Dream of English. Since I have classes all afternoon. Okay, this is the reason why I spend time in the morning. I will use due to now and just have a look at how the structure changes a little bit. So I could say I spend an hour each morning preparing content for YouTube due to having classes all afternoon. Okay? Again, we could substitute these words for owing to, for because. Okay, so we have had a look at 5 different sets of linking words. 3 more to go. Bear with me. It is very valuable for you to be able to increase your vocabulary in this way. So the next one we'll look at condition. So here these conditional linking words, which we know connect the condition with the result. Okay, so the obvious one here is if. But instead of saying if, we have a load more words we could use. For example, supposing that, or suppose that. Okay, unless, remember unless is the same as if not. Providing that, or provided that. Even if. Okay, so I could say, supposing I won the lottery, I would be able to buy the house of my dreams. Okay? Or I could say I will continue uploading videos to YouTube unless I don't have any more time. Okay? Sequence. So moving on to sequence, we can use initially, to begin with, firstly and secondly, following this, another reason or another advantage, and finally. So again, I could say, to begin with, I would like to say thank you for watching this video. Secondly, please subscribe. And finally, make sure you watch my next video. Okay, so this shows sequence. And to finish off, we will look at summary, to summarize. The obvious one here is in conclusion. We could also say in summary, to sum up, or again, we could use finally here. So in conclusion, all of these linking words that I have given you are invaluable to be able to speak clearly, concisely, and with an adequate range of English vocabulary. Okay? So I hope you've got a bunch of new vocabulary there. This is great for spoken English, but as well for written English. This is incredibly important. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram. Okay? But that is all for today. So until next time, have a wonderful day, guys. See you later.